Hello, how are we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and today we are sorting cards for grading purposes. Now, that name has become a little bit misleading. The reason we started this, I'm going to say, series, even though it's not like it's ever going to end until all the cards are gone, and even then, I'll just buy more. But the reason we started the series was we were looking for cards to grade. We have tons of cards. We have pyramids of cards back there. And I'm going through them one at a time, whether it be complete sets or just old boxes or just piles of cards, you know, whether I bought someone's collection or something. And so we were going through, and anything that I felt was mildly worth grading, or even looking into to see if it was worth grading based on its condition or something, I was separating from the rest. Then it became slightly more, well, what about, can we sell it on eBay without grading it, or sell it on Whatnot without grading it, or does this go into my PC and I'm keeping it? So it's become more than just about grading, but in the grand scheme of things, I want cards to grade. We haven't done very well in the last 5 or 10 videos. We've done a lot of, I'm keeping this, this can be sold on eBay. But most of it is what we call trash, and it's not trash by any means. There's stars and rookies, but stars and rookies that I'm not keeping per se, and thus they go into a team set. You buy a team set, you buy the Cubs, and you may get Ryan Sandberg or, you know, some Nico Horner rookie or something. Those exist in those team sets, team packs, I should say, when I sell them. But they're not. For me, I don't keep them. There's too much to keep. So we're going to keep going with that. We usually keep a rotation of like 3 different types going so that I'm not doing the same video back to back to back. So like today, we're going to be doing something out of this box over here. And then in the next video, I'm going to be completing the score set, the 1988 score set. We've done it in 3 different sections. So if you watched previous videos, you saw us do 220 through 441, or 221 through 440. You saw us do 1 through 220. And now, today, then the next video, we'll do 441 through 660. And then my third type, I have a blaster box that I bought a while back. All the cards are sleeved. A couple of them are top-loaded. But I don't know what they are. I don't know what's in it. I opened it and said, I bought it. I sleeved everything as I opened it, stuck it right back in the box, closed it up. So I don't know what's in there, what I've got. And we'll be doing that in the 3rd video. And then in the 4th video, we'll be back to this box. And then we'll do I've got another complete set down here. We'll start a new complete set. So it'll keep a rotation going, keeping everything fresh. So what are we doing in this video? We're doing this box over here. And when I say box, I should say lid. Because what this is we're not doing all of it, obviously. This will be a total of 5 videos, maybe, is my guess, maybe even more. But somewhere along the way, I turned a lid upside down, and I emptied a box into the lid. Or something. I mean, it looks like I emptied a box or multiple boxes into the lid. Maybe I needed an empty box to start organizing, and so I did this. But I don't know where these cards came from. I don't know what the purpose was at one time. They look like they're all sorts of stuff. I see a purple Pro Set football sticking up there. I see a lot of top-loaded cards. I see a Star Wars Young Jedi Academy card here. So a lot of different stuff. So what we're going to do is, when we're doing this box here, I will pick a time. I'll say 15 minutes, and I'll look at the clock, and I'll start. And then 15 minutes later, give or take 2 minutes, I may go 13, I may go 17, depending on where I am in the stack I pulled. But we'll keep it to that time period until the box is gone. So, without further ado, let's start now. That's the wrong button. Let's start now. 15 minutes from now. I've got it recorded in my head. Let's see if I can remember to watch for that. And let's grab. Now this, the first stack I grabbed is a lot like the garbage stuff we had a couple videos ago. 1980s stuff. Don't know that there's any stars. It may be a lot of trash, but we'll find out. Here we go. 88 Fleer, Tony Phillips. 88 Donruss, Ken Howell. We've got 88 Topps, Dave Schmidt. Craig Reynolds. 87 Topps, Vance Law. Dick Williams. Ray Surge. Len Dykstra. Larry Herndon. Larry Sheets. Neil Allen. Tim Hullett. Daryl Boston. White Sox leaders. Julio Cruz. Ruben Sierra, record breaker rookie. His 87 Topps Future Stars is, to me, we've explained this many times on the channel, it's considered his rookie card. And this, even though he played the season before, he was the youngest player, he broke the record. So this is his rookie record breaker. It's kind of a cool card and something that, for my sake, is something I collected back in the day, and I will today. So that's going to go into my PC. Dan Pasqua, Willie Randolph, Tim Stoddard, Butch Waniger, Gary Roenick, Rod Scurry, Bob Melvin, Juan Berenger, Jim DeJesus, Oral Hershiser. There's a Wade Boggs All-Star card. That goes to my PC. Now, I say this goes to my PC, but there is a high chance that I have this card in my PC, at which point, when I get there, I will judge which one's in better condition, put it in my PC, and the other one will go into the trash boxes over there. So if you buy a Red Sox, you may get that card. Bob Kipper, Cecilio Guante, Jeff Russell, Gino Petrelli, Toby Herrera, Mitch Williams. That's a Mitch Williams rookie, I believe. Yep. We thought that was going to be a little bit more back in the day. Darrell Evans, Willie Hernandez, Walt Terrell, Pat Sheridan, Dave Collins, Randy Bush, Tim Laudner, Greg Gagne, Billy Bean, Keith Atherton, Mike Smithson, Scott Geraltz, Atlee Hairmaker, Shawan Dunston, Jody Davis, Floyd Bannister, Jim Presley, Rick Anderson. All right. Then we got this is a 1990, we're going to get close, 6 Fleer Ultra, Garrett Anderson. A 92 Donruss, Heathcliff Solklum. It's a 92 Fleer Ultra, Jose Menendez. Kevin Morton. This is a Thurman Thomas 91 Fleer Ultra. Thurman Thomas. I do collect Thurman Thomas, so that's going to go into my PC. This is a Derek Thomas action pack. I thought this was his rookie. Yeah, this is his rookie. Doesn't have a rookie logo? I thought it had a rookie logo. But that's pretty cool. I mean, it's banged up. But still, we're going to pull that one. Not for my PC and not for grading because of the damage, but I might be able to get $1 on eBay for it or something. Thurman Thomas goes into my PC. Then we got Don Schuler from 88 Pro Set. Mark Grant, Jeff Calhoun, Bob Rentley. This is the rest of those. I was not done with them. I'm just picking random stacks. So Luis Quinones, Jeff Reardon, Tim Burke, Mike Easler, Danny Darwin, Steve Sachs, Wallace Johnson, Baseball Card Supplies. Call that trash. All right, one less thing I have to worry about in my collection. Kurt Young, Chico Walker, Rick Burleson, Mark Clear, Don Slott, Jim Clancy, Craig Leffert, Pirates Leaders, Jose Guzman, Jose Cruz, Tim Flannery, Tom Pekoric, Craig Reynolds, Steve Uger, Denny Walling, John Denny, Dennis Lamp, Rudy Law, Candy Maldonado, Ed Olwin, Bill Russell, John Candelosi, John Franco, Mickey Hatcher. All right, we're getting through some cards here. Now we've got more 88 Donruss. 98 Donruss. It looks like Brian McRae, Tom Hinkie, Steve Olin, Checklist, Bob Mylacki, Rafael Belliard, Greg Harris, Alvin Davis, Jim Abbott, Tom Browning, Eric Yielding, Dan Pasqua, Tom Gordon, Mackie Sasser, Julio Machado, Terry Mulholland, Mark Gardner, Bill Landrum, Scott Sanderson, Felix Jose, Harold Reynolds, Dennis Rasmussen, Kevin Reamer, John Burkett, Rick Cerrone, Dante Bichette, Mitch Williams, Scott Leas, Vicente Palacios, Bernard Gilkey, Russ Swan, Rich Rodriguez, Greg Myers, Kirk McCaskill, Gary Thurman, Bill Spires, Brett Butler, Paul Gibson, Gilberto Reyes. We got a Steve Hosey 92 Fleer Ultra rookie, a Rafael Borginal 92 Ultra rookie, Archie Cianfranco rookie, Jim McNamara rookie. Looks like I kept these all together. Either they're all together in the set, or I kept these all together because I was waiting to see if any of them panned out. John Patterson, Craig Colbert, Donovan Osborne, Scott Bullitt, Ruben Amaro, Kim Bastille, Jeff Juden, Bob Wickman, Troy Neal, JT Bruitt, Tim Fortugno, Pat Lennon, rated rookie, Eddie Tabassi, Reggie Jefferson, probably the biggest name we've seen, Mike Remlinger, and Pat Kelly. So yeah, that was a case of back in the day, and I still do it now. When I open stuff, I'll put all rookies and give them a year or two to see if they pan out. So that's probably what that was a large grouping of rookies that I wanted to see if they panned out. All right, here we go. We got Dave Hollins, Bernard Gilkey, Scott Bankhead, Norm Charlton, Dwayne Henry, Pete Incavilla. I forgot he played for the Houston Astros at the end of his career. Dave Gallagher, Paul Gibson, Mitch Williams, Vicente Palacios, Gary Redus, Gary Varsho, Jose De Leon, Rich Gedman, Bernard Gilkey, Tim Jones, Gerald Perry, Randy Myers, Gary Pettis, Mike Jackson, Dave Righetti, Checklist, Darren Fletcher, Sid Fernandez, Checklist, Terry Pendleton, Paul Oshamacher, Steve Buechele, Tim Belcher, Xavier Hernandez, Brett Butler, Tom Candiotti, Mike Greenwell, Tim Naring, Chuck Finley, Robbie Thompson, Ben McDonald, Alan Mills, Bill Swift, Julio Valera, Scott Radinsky, Mark Lewis, Charles Nagy, John Doherty, Scott Livingston, Wally Joyner, Brett Main, Brian McRae, James Austin, Cal Eldred, Rookie of the Year. Not a rookie card, though. Pedro Munoz, Kevin Tapini, Pat Kelly. What the heck is that? Fuzz. Kevin Moss, Randy Velarde, Terry Steinbach, Bob Welsh, Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt. Russ Swan, Jeff Hudson, Dean Palmer, Bob McDonald, John Orlerud, Devon White, and Ron Gant. Ron Gant. That's somewhat of a name. All right. Let's grab a few more. Keep going. This is a unique stack we got here. All right. Let's start with Barry Sanders. We collect Barry Sanders. That is an upper deck something or other. Junior Seau, we collect Junior Seau as well. Now, this may be a case of these are the guys I collect, and they were all together. We're not going to keep this one. Brian Urlacher is definitely one I collect, but with that damage there, it's not even worth it. It's a '06 card. He debuted in 2000, so it's not a rookie, even though a rookie debut is the name of the card, not the. So we won't keep that one. We got Jeff Russell. Then we got Injustice cards from the game I used to play at work when I worked at AMC Theater. It was a fighting game, and you'd win cards, or you use the cards and then scan the cards, and then you'd use the people. It was kind of cool. I have other games like this too, but yeah, I'm gonna keep those. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them, but Gary Carter was a guy I used to collect, and then he got cut out. We've talked about this many times, but that's why these were cards I was collecting. I can tell now. Jose Canseco I still collect. We'll keep those. Bruce Matthews. I doubt I'll keep doing Bruce Matthews, but back here I would have collected Bruce Matthews. He is one of my 5 all-time for when I make my offensive line. Bruce Matthews is on the offensive line, but I don't collect Steve Young. But back here I could see that I would have, like, same thing with the Bruce Matthews. I highly suspect that Bruce Matthews is not going to get kept, but we'll do it for now. Terry Glenn, Alex Brown, rookie Justin Gage, numbered. We'll pull that out because it's numbered. Alonzo Mays, rookie. Wendell Davis. Teddy Bruschi. Drew Bledsoe. Alshon Jeffrey. I got a bunch of these 2012 hit rookies. I got a bunch of them, and I don't think anyone in that class even hit. So even in this cheapy card type that I was hoping to get something and be like, at least I have, it's a rookie, it's a cheapy rookie, but I don't think anything hit in that. Drew Bledsoe again. We got Richard Dent. David Boston, rookie. Another Steve Young. There's a George Brett. We do keep George Brett. I don't like this card because of the big white spot, but now there's, again, a very good chance that some of these cards, probably not the 86 tops, but that 90 Fleer and this 90 Fleer Players of the Decade and the George Brett 88 tops here, very likely I already have them in my George Brett collection, so that's just, they'll just go into the Royals then. There we got Kyle Abbott, Darren Dalton, Mariano Duncan. There's a Thurman Thomas action pack, which I keep. A Richard Dent. There's a scouting report for Patrick Chung. Richard Dent. Kevin O'Connell, rookie quarterback. Earl Bennett. Chad Jackson, rookie card. And then, what is this? This is a Eugene Wilson rookie card. Look at that. Woo. Man. Bet you didn't think you'd be seeing a Eugene Wilson rookie card today. All right, guys, that's where we're going to call it. That's about 15 minutes. It's actually 14 minutes from when I started, and the video started quite a bit before that. So we'll try to go straight into the next one and get a full 15 minutes of cards. But I don't want this to drag on too long, so we're going to call it there. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed looking at those. That was definitely better than the last time I pulled a bunch of old random cards. I got some definite stuff that I can add to my PC and a couple more things to make decisions on, like the Bruce Matthews and the Thurman Thomas. Nope. The Derek Thomas. Make sure it's a rookie. Make sure there's nothing a year before that. Make sure, it might not be, and then I'll just throw it into the Chiefs. But you guys come back in the next video, and we will be finishing off the Score Complete set. This is the back half, the last 220 cards. All the yellows, which means a lot of stars because of record breakers and highlights and stuff like that, as well as that's where all the rookies are. So any rookie that was worth having out of that set, we're going to see it now. So I will see you all in that video. Bye-bye.